Alphons.
Sir, I strongly support the budget. Sir, 2019 has been a very bad year for the global economy. The headwinds have been bad. The growth rate has come down from 3.9% to 2.9%. So there's been a huge decline in global growth. So the effects are also on India. And therefore, it's been not a bright year for India, but we've done pretty well. If you look at the last 5 years, even though we grew only at 5%, which I think makes India one of the fastest growing economies in the world even today, our 5-year growth has been 7.4%, which still makes us the fastest growing economy in the world over a 5-year period. So I will deal with the macroeconomic fundamentals of the economy. I think they are extremely sound. But let me start with something on which the opposition has been attacking us. This is volume number 2. I brought the volume itself, the book itself, so that people believe me. Volume number 2, page number 8, point number 1.15. It will take me only half a minute to read this. Please listen very carefully. As per the latest available data on employment, there has been an increase in the share of formal employment as captured by regular wage / salaried from 17.9% in 2011-12 to 22.8% in 2017-18. Okay? One. Number 2, please listen carefully again. Remarkably, the proportion of women workers in regular wage salaried employees category has increased by 8% points from 13% in 2011-12 to 21% in 2017-18, with addition of 0.7 crore new jobs for female workers in this category. So that rests the issue, the debate on employment. The economic survey, the so-called distinguished doctors, whom you call distinguished experts, they have categorically said there's been a dramatic improvement on the employment front. So let me deal with the macroeconomic issues. Mr. Chidambaram rolled out numbers and numbers. I mean, he belongs to the hit and run category. I never see him when we give a reply. He said no money is being spent. Sir, in 2017-18, the government spent 2,31,513 crores of money. This is the actual figures. In 2019-20, the figures are, mind you, it went up by a decent 15%. The amount is 26,98,552 crores. So, Mr. Chidambaram, sorry, you reload 100 figures. We have spent a decent 15% more money this year than what we have spent last year. And for next year, and for 2021, we are going to spend 30,42,230 crores, which is an increase of something like 12% over what we are spending this year. Okay? And the DBT. Let's take a Prime Minister whom I hugely respect, whom I loved, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi. What did he say? He said for every rupee which we spend, only 15 paise reaches people. Now listen to this figure very carefully. We have transferred directly through DBT 9,10,000 crores over the past 5 years. Your government, your Prime Minister said only 15% of that would have reached people. You know how much would have reached people? 1,35,000 crores only would have reached people. Here, directly into the accounts of people, we have reached 9,10,000 crores. Is it not a huge achievement, Mr. Chidambaram, who is absent? Is it not a huge achievement? Come on, tell us when we do good things, tell us. Now, the macroeconomic fundamentals. Let me start with the worst figures, inflation. Over the past 5 years, Chairman Sir, the average inflation has been 4.5%. Yes, we agree. In the last quarter, the inflation has been higher. It has gone up. The average inflation today is 7.4%. But sir, what is the headline inflation? Headline inflation is your total inflation minus your inflation on food and beverages. Sir, it comes down below 4%. Sir, we had floods. Lot of our crops got completely destroyed. It happens in India because a small percentage of agriculture is dependent on irrigation. The rest is all rain-fed. Massive crop loss, and therefore the price of food articles went up. It will come down dramatically over the next couple of months, and therefore the retail inflation, CPI, is going to come down dramatically. What was the inflation when you were in power? Average for 8 years was 10.1%. And what was the food inflation? 18.5%. Sir, we are doing extremely well. Second, your FDI. The net FDI in the first 8 months of this year was $24.4 billion. What has been the money which came into the equity, foreign equity, which came into portfolio investments? 26.1 billion crores. So what is our foreign exchange reserves? $470 billion. So, and what is our fiscal deficit? So people make a big thing out of 3.8%. So when your inflation is low, when your average 5-year inflation is only 3.5%, you can afford to have a higher fiscal deficit. This is very basic economic theory, sir. And therefore, a 3.8% deficit is absolutely perfectly right. In fact, according to me, it can even go up. I belong to the liberal school of economics. Your fiscal deficit can even be higher. Doesn't matter because your inflation is absolutely under control. So, your direct tax collection. So, over the past 5 years, your direct tax collection, Mr. Chidambaram wrote out a lot of numbers. So, it has gone up from 4% of GDP to 5.9% of GDP, your direct tax collection. It's a dramatic increase. So, people have been questioning about the demonetization. So, you know the number of taxpayers which we had in 2014? It was 2.5 crores taxpayers in India. Today, sir, the total number of people who pay income tax today is 6.5 crores. Look at the dramatic increase that has happened. Please don't belittle us. These are actual numbers. Look at the numbers. Sir, you people are interested in money. Let me come to the money part. You said people don't have confidence in our economy. What was the BSE index when we took over? It was 17,448. So what was the BSE index in January 2020? What was the index? 41,048. 41,048. From 17,448, it goes up to 48,000. Come on, whom do people trust? They trust Modi government. They put their money where they have a faith. Dramatic changes. Okay? Your public debt. You people say we are borrowing too much. Your public debt has come down from 52.8% to 48%, 48.9%.
Thank you.
It's a dramatic decline in the public debt. We are managing the money well. It's not only that, sir. We can dramatically, with great pride, say we have done in 5 years what you people haven't done in 70 years. You want me to read out the numbers? If the chairman gives me time, I can read out the numbers.
Your party has given you only 7 minutes.
Say, when we got independence, 1950.
Mr. Alphons, your party has given you 7 minutes.
Yes, sir. I'll stop. Whenever you ring the bell, I'll stop.
Yeah.
Sir,
just
agriculture. Agriculture. Say, 1950, what was the share of agriculture in the GDP? It was 54%. Sir, 70 years of rule by them. You know, sir, what happened when we took over? In 2014, the share of agriculture in the GDP was below 15%. So, 54%, you brought it down to 15%. So, you want the decadal growth? So, we have dramatically done, take agriculture. 14, 15, the growth was 4.8%. 15, 16, 5.4%. So, we've done incredibly well. So, let me end with something about which we are very proud of. Enrollment of girls in schools, sir, that is one figure about which this country can be hugely proud. 93% of girls today have enrolled in primary school.
Yes.
81% of girls have enrolled in high school.
Yes.
And very large number of girls, I think 52% have enrolled in higher secondary, which is higher than even boys.
So,
they call us a virus. They called us a virus yesterday. Sir, we are human beings. We are not gods. We could get affected by virus once in a while. But, sir, you have ruled Delhi for 16 years. If Delhi people give you a big zero, what does it mean, sir? That means you are the plague. I don't call you plague. They call you plague. So,
thank you, Mr.
This is not their problem. Please. It's in their DNA. This is a problem, sir, with the DNA. Say, change your DNA, sir. Our DNA is right. We are with the people. We have performed. And this budget is going to do dramatic things.
Thank you, Alphons ji.